Why aren't you getting a call back?
So we should go out again.
Sure, we'll figure something out.
Mojo in the Morning second date update.
Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. If you're just tuning in right now, second date update. Alyssa went on a date with Brett. Brett ended the date kind of early. We just found out that the reason why was Alyssa told him that she's a couple of months pregnant. Lindsay wants to make a comment on this. Lindsay, hi.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning. What do you think about that?
I think it's really wild, especially being a mother myself. And it's one thing to not tell him before they met up, but then for her comment that she made while she was on the phone with you guys, how she's just looking for someone that might be the right father for her baby.
And
that
then
is not the topic to lead with. you know, like most men, it takes some men, especially younger men, aren't sure if they want kids. So to spring that on them on a date, or to expect that that's what your expectations are a little wild.
And then to try to get the guy to sleep with her, like that's the kind of guy she wants.
And that's what I was
to be the good dad.
You're going to pop up and say, "Oh, I'm pregnant." You know, what was your motive?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Because she's only 2 months along and she wanted to sleep with him, I was so curious, are you going to try to say that this guy is the father of your baby now?
Oh, tons of people are texting in that it's a total trap.
Yeah, Mojo the
the
Morning
math
Show.
wouldn't work out if the guy was smart, but...
Hey, Randy, do you think she was trying to possibly trap him?
That's what I think. It was a hook.
Alyssa, how do you answer to that?
I mean, it's not. That wasn't my intention. I really liked him and was thinking maybe this could possibly go somewhere. You know,
But by not
very,
by
very
not telling him ahead of time that you're pregnant makes, Randy makes some of our listeners, makes some of us feel like maybe you were going to try to have sex with him and then try to make it seem like it was his baby.
And hoping that he doesn't catch on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't go into it thinking that. I just really wanted to go out, have a good time because of the situation that I'm in. And then I just figured, okay, well, I don't know. He seems really nice. I'm getting along with him great, and I'm very attracted to him, and maybe this could go somewhere. And it's so early right now with the pregnancy that I don't know, and letting it all settle in.
Yeah, I wonder if that would have been the case if she didn't say anything at all. She did say something at the bar, but if she didn't say anything at all until after they had already had sex, then I would probably thought it was a little weird. Although Joseph wants to bring something up about the fact that you said that you don't want to talk about who the father of the baby is. What's up, Joseph?
Yeah, she keeps saying her current situation. I'm sure this isn't her first Tinder account, and I'm sure she found the baby daddy on Tinder, and he just took off the same way Brad did.
Wait, did you? I know you said you don't want to talk about it, but I'll ask one last question. If you don't answer it, then I'll move on. But did you meet the father of your baby on Tinder?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Kelly, what do you think about this?
I'm just concerned with diseases and bacteria, and I mean, she has a baby in there. You got to think about if you're having sex with somebody, especially the person that's not the father of your baby. You really got to be careful with that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, I would be concerned for the welfare of the child, just especially the early months. I mean, you have to be so careful. And trust me, I was a young mom, so I get it, and I understand she wants to have a relationship, but you need to really focus on you and this baby at this point, and then maybe later down the road start dating.
What do you think about that, Alyssa? What do you have to say to that?
I don't see it that way. I don't see that it's the thing about the bacteria and the thing about the welfare of the baby. I mean, it's like she said, it is at early stages, but I see it so differently. I think if it was later on, that would be a little bit.
So are you would you be protecting yourself if you guys were to have had sex?
Oh my gosh, yes, of course. There's no question about that. Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, you have a guy friend of yours that this happened to?
Yeah, it's actually my fiance.
What happened?
He was dating this girl, and
had sex, whatever. A couple weeks down the road, she's like, hey, I'm pregnant. He's like, okay, awesome. He was excited about it because he was to the point to where he didn't think he could have kids. So they go out through the pregnancy, get a DNA test. His timing's kind of off, but she swore up and down that was the only one. He was the only one she'd been with. They get the DNA test, come back, it's not his, and he just keeps it moving. I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was trying to find a baby daddy.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out if the girl that did this with your fiance, do you know if she did it on purpose for that reason?
She says she didn't, but it came back to be his cousin's baby, so I'm not sure, honestly.
Wow, that's kind of wild. Wait a second, your fiance's hooking up with his cousin's leftovers?
No, he didn't know they even hooked up at all. He didn't know they even knew each other.
Okay.
She had swore up and down. She wasn't from Muskegon. She didn't know anybody from Muskegon. So.
Okay. All right. Evan says he was trapped this way by a girl. Evan?
Yes.
What happened?
This girl that I have known for a while was dating this guy. Messed around and got pregnant. And then we got together. And she tried to trap me by signing paperwork.
And what did you do?
Don't listen to your radio. It's going to mess you up.
This girl that I was being with, and we ended up getting together, and she her and her mother tried to get me to sign paperwork to be her son's legal guardian.
And did you get a DNA test done, or what did you do?
Oh, I automatically knew that it was this guy's other father, or that it was this guy's other child.
Yeah.
But the point is that her and her mother tried to get me to sign this paperwork to be this child's legal father. And if something didn't work out between us, now I was having to pay child support for some other man.
So you were smart enough to not sign that paperwork, hopefully, right?
Man, please.
Listen, you're not smart enough to turn your radio down when you're talking to us. How am I going to know you're smart enough to not sign the paperwork?
No. Oh no, I'm not that dumb.
All right.
You are not somebody else.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure on that. All right. Well, thank you, Evan. I appreciate it.
Another thing is I don't think that it was right for her to tell him while that they were on a date. You should have said that you should have said that on your first conversation.
Today, Junior? Listen, Evan, I got to move on.
I agree with you, by the way.
Show's over at 10 o'clock. I got to move on.
All
right, take care of yourself. Okay, so I'm guessing, Brett, no second date here for you, huh?
I don't think so. I mean, I wish her absolute best, and I hope that everything comes out. I wish that she had been a little bit more transparent at the beginning. I don't actually think that she was that duplicitous. I think that I can kind of understand the motive, but I'm all for honesty and transparency in the beginning. And that was just something that really caught me off guard.
Okay. Maybe Alyssa needs to put that in her Tinder profile. That would be wild. There might be some guys that have a fetish with that. There might be some guys that
Maybe
into
this
it.
is the time to take the break from Tinder.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, all right. Second date up.